Hi everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today I am chasing an oil leak. It's coming from, I'm not quite sure where. The underneath of the engine is a little bit wet. There's a little bit of a film of oil under there. Now I'm sure that it's gearbox oil because of the colour of it. It's nice and golden because I have put fresh oil into the gearbox. The other thing that I notice is that when I'm out for a run, I do tend to get a film of oil here on the exhaust pipe, but just on this side. So my thinking is it's coming from somewhere on the right hand side of the engine under this cover, probably the clutch push rod, but I'm also concerned about the wetness underneath. So I think get this off and have a look and see what's there. So close-up inspection isn't revealing anything much. We're dry on that side, which is good. But as it's gearbox oil, it could only have come from this side. It's all looking just like it's had a misting, you know, there's no obvious leaks. I suppose that's a problem with having fresh oil in there, because there's nothing obvious. Bike off of the workbench and onto the garage floor on its side stand with the cover off to see if we can see any beading of oil anywhere. Give us a clue as to where it's coming from. I'll leave it a couple of hours and then get back to you. It's been a couple of hours and as you can see we've got some drips on the floor again, but there's no real clue as to where it's coming from. It seems to be right underneath the engine, so we'll have a quick look under there, see what we can see. And it is a little bit wet, so I think what we're going to do is put it up onto the workbench and just do a spanner check on all of those nuts, obviously the drain plug, and see if that reveals anything. Well, I've been around the entire engine, nuts underneath, bolts on top, and the oil drain plug. The only thing I could find was here. The 3 screws on the neutral light switch were not quite as tight as perhaps they should have been, so I've just pinched those up, but otherwise everything seems fine. Back off the workbench, like I said, I've spanner checked everything and wiped everything with paper towel. So I'm going to leave it on its side stand again and see if we get any more drips. I've actually left the bike for nearly 48 hours and there's a small amount of gearbox oil on the floor. So going up, you can see it's a bit wet here, a bit glistening. So it must be coming from in here somewhere, but I can't exactly see where. I mean, I was hoping for, you know, a drip hanging off somewhere to give me a clue, but there isn't any. So I'm wondering actually whether it is still the neutral switch or behind the front sprocket. I think the only way to have a good look at it is to get that front sprocket off and see what all the oil seals look like. With the front sprocket off, I think we can see a little drip of oil in there. So that's our leak. So into the box of bits and hope that we have got an oil seal. Having cleaned the cases up, I thought I'd take a look at this collar here. And what do I find? It's got these lines in it. And I'm just wondering whether it's the collar that is causing the leak, because the seal is new. I had a quick look online and found this genuine part on eBay. So I've put an order in and it's about 36 euros delivered. So obviously what I'm hoping is that this, probably with a new oil seal as well, will fix the oil leak. But of course I've got to wait for that to arrive. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Please like, subscribe and share. Next video will be on the Kawasaki Z650 and I will catch you then.